Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, out there in podcast world. This is Fully Dressed, and I'm Duck. I'm here with Rookies and Rackman. Louie and Hicks cannot make today due to prior engagements, so we're here to do it without them because we don't need nobody. So we talk about current events, politics, sports, and everything in between. We talk about things that matter to us. We talk shit to each other, and we talk shit about basically everything. So we just have real talk, and hopefully you get educated from it because we are three very smart guys. So again, fully dressed. I'm Duck, Rookies, and Rack. And Rack is trying not to laugh, but Rookies,
What up?
we always kind of go to you because how angry you always seem to be.
I'm always pissed off.
I know that's not good for your heart or your soul. So what's pissed you off this week? What's made you so mad this week?
I just saw on the news a little bit ago. Now, first, you can bring this up. This makes me happy.
I bet I am not going to look at it, but I know what it is.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out how to launch this.
Go to share. But I without you even mentioning it, which is one of the reasons I didn't want to have a conversation before we got on the on here today, because I didn't want to hear what you're going to talk about, so I could go literally blind into it.
Okay, this makes me happy.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see it. Excuse me.
The Department of Justice has just released more than 3 million pages of files related to the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
So have you read anything that is supposedly in there? Have you heard anything what's in there?
They just released them. 2 stories I've got are both within the last hour.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like somebody had already had them and knew what it was about.
No, they're going through them now. There's 2,000 videos and 180,000 images in the files.
And I guess if I were going to gamble, I'd be like, there are no Democrats in there. That's okay. I guess I'm not that funny.
You're not, no.
But that's what it's about. I mean, like, show us everything. And like, you only say it so many times, like, Obama was president for 8 years. Biden was president for 4 years. Why did you not bring this out when they were in there? But I think that's asking for too much for someone to like logically think about that. That's the only thing you have? I thought you'd be so mad after last week. We were like, he's going to come in hot.
If a man shoots another man in the back and murders him, what should the penalty be if he's found guilty in a court of law?
I mean, I don't know what I think each state has their own rules for that. So I don't know what the rule or the punishment is for that.
That's not what I asked. If a man shoots, if a man shoots another man,
then you should be able to shoot him in the back.
For some reason,
if it's warranted, I should say. Every situation is going to be different. If you're like fighting for your life and he's running to get a weapon or whatever, or if he's running away from you, I don't know what it is. But if you're trying to hurt me, I'll fucking shoot you anywhere. Like, I don't give a shit. So I think that person has a right to defend themselves. If that means just start firing, brother. That's my opinion.
What do you think, Rack? If a man hunts a man down, shoots him in the back, and kills him, should he, if found guilty, should he be eligible for the death penalty?
Yeah, that's the way of the world. I think it depends on which state it's in. What state is this in? You know,
I think he's asking your personal opinion.
But I
What do
think the
you
death
think?
penalty is the way to go for sure. Well, I mean, and then some weird motherfuckers are gonna want to slow death them, make them
Rehabilitate him.
live the next 20 years. And
See, yeah, this guy should be injecting. Don't waste our money.
The judge just took the death penalty off the table.
And you know what? And I knew that was going to happen. I've been reading about this, and they're like, "Oh, he didn't read it. They didn't read his rights, or they didn't read his rights in time, or whatever it was." Like, who gives a shit if they followed every procedure? If he did it,
I give a shit. I give a shit. The justice system is set up appropriately. He needs to go through trial.
Appropriately.
If he's found guilty of shooting that CEO in the back, I don't care the response. Let me. A friend of mine, I say friend.
Okay, and while you're looking, okay, go ahead.
I've known him for many, 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 many years. When I brought up make that make sense regarding the what's it? I said death penalty off the table for Mangione. Make that make sense. He says, do you have any idea how many thousands of people died when United Healthcare denied necessary medical services? I think Taco should pardon him and make him a hero like that little Kyle shit his pants. Talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, the dude with the gun in the... Kyle Rittenhouse was defending a property against people
and
that were terrorizing the city. No, he was from out of state. He was going to his uncle's place of business,
himself, not his gun himself.
And then when he was being chased with a weapon, went with his hands up. That's why he didn't get shot. So then I say, so cold-blooded murder, shooting someone in the back is okay with you. That's why having a serious discussion with weak radical liberals like yourself is useless. Really busy today, so I don't have time for you. Good luck. He said, no, but it is for you. Preddy was shot in the back in cold blood, and you celebrate it and blame Preddy. Hypocrite. Now, Preddy is the guy that they just released a video yesterday where a week, 10 days before, he was kicking the taillight out of a ICE vehicle. This is the guy. They tried to promote him up as a VA emergency room nurse. Yeah. Well, actually, he left his nursing job months ago to go be a radical. I think we're going to find out that he was getting paid. It's just the hypocrisy is what I have a problem with.
Well,
and the what about?
Right. Well, you said the Justice Department is set up appropriately. Appropriately can mean many things. Is it just a department set up in a way that you have to go through these processes? Yes. Does that make it right? No. That guy stalked that guy on
allegedly.
Video. They have him in all he was stalking him. And
it's
then
still alleged.
Okay, whatever. He shot him in the back. That's not allegedly. He did it. They have him on camera doing it. So allegedly, I guess, until he gets convicted. But so he does this, and because you didn't read him his rights in a certain time frame, then he should not have to face that. He killed somebody. Then you should be up for the same shit. That's like when Saudi Arabia used to cut your hand off for stealing. Fuck yeah, do it. Why do I not worry about those things? Because I'm not going to do those things. I don't worry about ICE killing me because I won't fucking be there. It's not that difficult. Especially go to a heated situation with a gun and then start causing shit. I don't know what you think the outcome is going to be, but in no way is it ever going to be a good outcome. Like, you did this to yourself. Does it suck?
Well,
yes. Life matters. Nobody should lose their lives. But if you put yourself in that situation and then you lose your life, that's your fault. You made bad decisions all along the way. Reap what you sow. Tough shit. I don't worry about it because I won't be there. So I don't have to worry about I'm going to get shot by somebody. No, I won't, because I'm not going to be in those situations. That's my opinion. He killed that guy, so he should fucking burn. If he was fighting for his life and he killed somebody, give him a medal. So maybe I'm
okay
this week.
That's all I got.
Maybe I'm mad this week.
Let's see what these Epstein files turn out. This is going to be.
I hope there's something good. I hope it's like blast all the Democrats. Okay, so what I have this week, and
I hope it blasts whoever is guilty. I don't care what they're. I don't care if they're Democrats, Republicans, Independents. I don't care.
If you did something wrong, then you pay the price. But right now, most of the shit that's going on is Democrats, political, the media, Nazi, blah, blah, blah. And then my next topic after this one is, it's going to go back to this, but I really want to talk about this because it's hilarious. Don, and then if you can imagine Fred Sanford saying this, the big dummy Lemon was arrested for his.
Did they actually arrest him?
Yep, like 20 minutes ago. And he's facing the charges for the FACE Act and the Ku Klux Klan Act, where it says you're not permitted to go into a house of worship or whatever. And so they're arguing he didn't know what was going on. But in his video that he released before any of this shit came out, it says, we're going to this church. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Well, we know what's going to happen, but we're to go so I can film it. And then, so he just got arrested like 20 minutes ago. And that guy is a class A idiot. Like, he was making what, $15 million a year at CNN, got fired because he couldn't shut the hell up. And he's done all these stupid shit on the subway. And he fucking storms a church. That guy is an idiot. Like, that's a free fall, burn yourself to the ground type incident or situation where he is just like, it's not bad enough. I'm going to put gas on myself and then burn myself up. Like, let's tear it down. So, yeah, he was arrested, which I think is hilarious. So, Rack, your turn.
My turn. Current events.
Or whatever you want to talk about. I don't care. It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back real quick. So, what was your opinion on that, Brett, on what you talked about? You asked us, what do you think of, you think the death penalty was taken off, or that's the truth, right? The death penalty was taken off by the judge. What do you think that the guy deserved? Or you think, in your opinion?
I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the right of the states to decide. There are some states that have the death penalty, some states that don't.
Yeah.
I understand that a penalty of death is irrevocable. If you put somebody to death and then find out later they're innocent, you can't fix that. If somebody's been in prison for 35 years and then they're found out to be innocent, they can be released. And there's plenty of cases where that's been the case. I think because I was into this subject 15 years ago, and I think there has been one time where you can tell me that somebody was put to death that was actually innocent. I think there's only one time where I'm like, well, maybe. And that was a black man that was put to death for killing a white girl. I think, I don't even remember what state it was in, but then it was later found out that he was innocent. From the 50s or the 60s. People are on death row for so long. My problem with it, Rackman, is their judicial system in the state where this trial is going on. The death penalty is the maximum. I don't think a judge should be able to just say, I'm taking that off the table. If it fits the circumstances, fits the crime, the person is found guilty, a jury decides they're guilty, and a jury also has to decide that the punishment is death, then put him on death row. Does that mean put him to death in 10 minutes? No. He has the right to the appeal process. Let's go through it all. But you make it political when you take the death penalty off the table, unless the man or woman tells the truth. They say, yes, I did it. Okay, we'll take the death penalty off the table if you want to testify that you did it. Then I'm okay with taking the death penalty off. Not prior to the. That's my opinion.
I'm pretty sure that New York also has that rule or the law or whatever it is, where the judge can decide even after the jury makes their decision, the judge can set it aside. Basically, like, we find him guilty, we sentence him to death, and the judge could say, I appreciate your opinion, but I'm going to set this aside, and then he can give him his own punishment, whatever it might be. I'm pretty sure New York has that law as well, which is stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the kid did it. He needs to go. And
well, I think there's a lot more to this story than there is in the paper or online or whatever. There's probably money involved and blackmail and deceit and all kinds of shit, to be honest.
Yeah, it didn't lead to him thinking the insurance company screwed somebody over. But he's on camera doing it. He killed the guy. So, yeah, I say toast his ass.
Well, I think there's a big game coming up, and I cannot wait to watch. The Pats are back in the Super Bowl, guys.
And Sam Darnold, which I need to toot my own horn about this. I've talked about this for most of the season, how Minnesota made a huge mistake last year, but he's in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Jets, he sucked. I think he went to the 49ers, didn't really play much. Went to Minnesota, killed it. So let's cut the guy and put this guy in that's been injured, who's not really that good. And then now he's in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. So I am all about Seattle only because that will just reinforce my argument about Minnesota making a mistake last year.
Right, man. Are you rooting for the Patriots?
So just to start the conversation, I just wanted to throw it out there. There's a big game coming up, but I don't even think about, this is my opinion. The right fit person for the right group of people, right? So Sam Darnold, man, he worked out for this team, right? There's only a couple of players, maybe 5 players out of let's say 10 players total that you can put on any team and make it a successful team. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I think that this guy, he got a chance, man, and he fucking killed it. I am not rooting for the fucking Patriots. I promise you that.
Okay.
I'm 100%. I'm 100% rooting for this quarterback. This quarterback has gone through some shit, man.
Yeah. Yes.
It's terrible what society and the NFL has done to this cat.
He's like the Trump of NFL.
Yeah, it's just that deal. Yeah, they're gonna kick some ass coming up here pretty quick. And we always watch the Super Bowl with my in-laws, which is just awesome. And obviously the surgery I just had, I'm gonna get out of the fucking house for a full day coming up here pretty quick. And but the Patriots are going to be a hard team to beat too. I mean, yeah,
they're good. I'm surprised. They're good.
Yeah, they've got some weapons. They've got some massive weapons. Their defense, holy shit, their defense is amazing.
And they were so bad, like last year and the year before, they were awful.
Yeah,
but then, and I will admit this as well. I think I told rookies a couple years ago that I thought Drake May and Caleb Williams were overrated, and Jaden Daniels was the guy. And I was wrong. So Drake May is fucking dynamite. Hey, I'm gonna yell at these dogs. I'm gonna mute myself and yell at them.
I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington, 90 to 92. The Seahawks still played in the
Metrodome or Superdome.
Superdome, and they sucked. But their fan base was awesome. Their fan base called them the Sewer Hawks.
But yeah, I remember that. I was trying to think of it. I was like, I know you know what it is, but
they were called the Sewer Hawks, but they loved their team. Their team was their team, and so I was happy to see them win the Super Bowl several years back. I like seeing them being competitive. I'm rooting for Seattle in this one, not the Patriots. Patriots had their time. They were supposed to be dead for 7 years.
Yeah. Then you got Mike Vrabel and Drake May, and it's like, what? So also, since we're talking about the Patriots, Bill Belichick did not get into the Hall of Fame, nor was he even a semifinalist. And he has 8 Super Bowl rings, 6 as a coach, 2 as assistant coach. And one of the guys who is like a columnist somewhere said that it's because of his age of his girlfriend. That's why he didn't vote him in. I'm like, you can't do that.
I heard that.
I thought that was his granddaughter.
I'm like, go Bill, go Bill, go.
Yeah,
good for him. But that should not even been a question. They should have put him on a ballot. They just should have just put him in. Like, you won 8 Super Bowls.
Young ladies, I'm single. I'm only 58. So
yeah, but how many Super Bowls do you have?
Bengals been there 3 times.
Yeah, same result.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah.
So
who dey?
Yeah. So my next thing is it's going to go back to politics, a kind of politics, but they have discovered that one of the main contributors to the riots is this former tech mogul, Nevin Roy Singham. He's 70 years old. He was from California. He sold his IT company in 2017 for $785 million. Promptly moves to China, sets up office in this, and he shares this office with this other company called it's MAKU, so Macau, whatever this name is, and they produce Chinese propaganda, and they want to tell the story about China well, meaning tell a good story about China. And he has been funding these groups, and they know it, but apparently they can't do anything about it to stop it because it goes to nonprofits, and nonprofits are not required to tell who their donors are. So they know it's this guy, but they can't make the company say who's giving him all this money. But he has given $250 million to the Real Socialists or the Socialism Republic, whatever the hell that's called, and another socialist organization that's doing all this stuff and paying all these people. $250 million since 2017. His first time he was investigated was in 1974 for doing anti-American rhetoric and working with Cuba and all these other countries for anti-American stuff. I'm like, you just made almost $1 billion from this country, and you were trying to trash it down. So, but anyway, this is the guy. He's 70 years old, lives in Shanghai, but they can't extradite him. They can't do anything about it. And they know it's him. He's one of the money donators. So
him and George Soros together.
George Soros. I would love to see George Soros or his son. I would love that.
You know, these NGOs, I've got a non-government organizations. I've got a real problem with them. A, being tax exempt. B, like you said, I don't know the particulars, but you got to tell us where your money's going if you want it to be tax exempt,
or where it's coming from,
or where it's
and
coming
if I'm
from.
not mistaken, these organizations are getting money from the government for grants to riot against that country that gave you the money for the grants. Because they're nonprofits, they qualify for certain rights, like you said, tax exempt.
Let's be fair. They're not giving them the money to riot. They're giving their money for them to promote their ideology, which is this is a constitutional republic. We have the freedom of speech. We have the right to assemble.
Yeah, but you shouldn't expect the government to pay you to do that.
They do that. I agree. I think there's too much tax exemption. Talking about taxes and how much we have to pay out of our pocket, and these NGOs don't. But I also don't. There's too much money in politics. There's too much. It's a corrupt system.
I'm about to start a church, the Church of Bruiser, the Church of Duck. Nonprofit. You can't tax me. We'll get on a comet and go to heaven. All I need is for you to give me your money, and I'll get you there. Tickets are expensive this time of year. It's busy season. So, all right, Rack, what you got? Anything else? Come on, talk to us. I'm trying to find the name of this company, and I can't. These NGOs, whatever.
Not really. We talked about surgeries before we started recording. You've had 9 surgeries. I think Brett's had 100 surgeries
last year.
We were just talking about it that every day's different. Yesterday I felt like poop, and today I feel good, and it's
poop. Did you say poop?
Yeah. Be careful now. Be careful. Let's not go too far backwards.
Oh, that's the best 5 minutes of podcast history on any podcast. Just so you know, I will state that right now. We deserve an Emmy for that.
It's just amazing. The doctors know. The doctors know most of the time. The doctors know, and your second half, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever it is. They were told, hey, make sure your person rests. And it's been super hard to rest. And because I went through some nasty shit yesterday, I didn't feel good all day. I felt, I don't know, shaky. I was cold. I had the what do you call them? Goosebumps all day. It's just a weird feeling I had all day yesterday. Like I had a fever or I had COVID or some kind of symptom like that. But it was all because of the surgery. And like I said, today's been good. So, I just everybody's bodies heal differently, and this was an abrasive surgery. They went through my throat, and my throat's today's great. Yesterday I could barely drink water. So it's a weird deal.
Isn't the body though? Isn't it amazing what it can do? Because your body's like, wait a minute, something isn't right. Like attack that, work on it, fix it, whatever. Like, isn't it weird that your body can do that? Even from like a small cut on your finger, and then your skin grows back together. It may take a little bit, but it's just like, we're just gonna go ahead and grow back. Like you can literally cut into your neck and your throat, and then your body is like, we're gonna go ahead and close that up for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to me. Your body is so brilliant and it's so smart. And it's like, it noticed when something's wrong. It's like, we're going to have to go into like shutdown mode for a minute. You're going to feel like shit for a while, but we're going to fix it. We'll power back up and you'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, then all of a sudden, like like I told you earlier, just like Rookie, just one day you're like, you're fine. You're back at it. Life's the same. And you're like, wait a minute, I had massive surgery a month ago or 2 weeks, whatever it is. So I hope you're back on the path. Like, we don't want you ever feeling bad. So hopefully this is one of the last days, or yesterday was one of the last days you feel that way, and you fucking get back to kicking ass and doing what you do.
Yeah, work sounds good. Work sounds real good. But no, during that same time frame, my dog, I think a week after, my dog, my bigger dog, she's a Australian Shepherd / Labrador, and she
Huh?
degloved her right arm, I think.
That's so
Yeah,
painful.
yeah. So, and right now she is, I don't know, 90% recovered.
Yikes.
I'll be honest, Rack. When you showed those pictures, I didn't think she'd recover.
Yeah. Well, we didn't think that she would recover either because an armpit area, the top of your arm.
Okay. I can't take that.
Okay.
You talk about a human, I'm like, I don't care. You talk about a little puppy or a dog, I'm like, oh my God, it kills me.
It's just hard to heal in that area. Just like I don't know, it's on a human. I would say our foot. You get a nail in your foot or some shit, right? It's just hard to recover because you use that every single day.
Yeah.
And you have to use your foot every single day. And people that don't listen to their doctors, the whole point of this conversation, don't get the 100% recovery that they need. So I'm listening.
You know what? And this is one time in my life when I will admit that Rookies was smarter than me is after like my second or third shoulder surgery. He was like, how about this? I'm going to throw this out there. How about you listen to what the doctor says? Go to therapy like he says, wear your sling like he says, and do the exercises he says, and see if it works out differently than the last couple of times. I'm like, shut the hell up. But okay. And I was having surgery like every 3 years, and it's been since 2012 since my last surgery. So on my shoulder. So Rookies was right once, but
For
anyway.
once.
And then Rookie they told me today that his driveway had 3 inches of ice on it.
Oh God, yeah. It's Texas. It's in Texas, man. It's
I wasn't kidding. I'll go out there and get you a chunk of the ice and show you.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos where people will take like hot water out to throw in their car and their windows shatter?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you dumbasses. You should know better. But
here, I'm gonna show you all outside my back door real quick.
Now this is in Denton, Texas, right?
Well, Ponder.
Okay.
Outside of Denton.
So we're like, that's North Dallas.
Yeah, this is outside.
So, again, in 2009 or 10, my wife and I were swimming on Thanksgiving Day. And now look at it. There's snow on the ground.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's a huge change. And the first time it got ice and snow in Texas, Rick, I think you were still there. And it was like mesmerizing that it snowed in Texas. They had no trucks, nothing to help on the roads. The whole city shut down. And now it's like, when's the snow coming? And we're talking about Dallas, Texas. It shouldn't snow there. Al Gore was right. Oh, he was right about nothing. So,
well, they closed down the schools for the whole week. They were pretty smart about that because it's just tough for the buses to get out of the bus barn area. There's just been so much ice that they just couldn't get out. So they just went ahead and closed schools for the rest of the week.
I used to give myself school days or snow days. I'd be like, I'm not going today.
Well, now they're going on 4-day work or school week now, Monday through Thursday.
Is that because of the weather or is that just permanent?
No, it's permanent. That's the second half of this year. So every Friday they're off.
Do they take into consideration the parents when they do that? That would have been awful for me as a parent, because then I'm like, that's a whole other day that you either, if your kids are younger, especially, you got to find some place for them to go. Or they're like, we screwed up so much shit that we're going to do it this way.
Yep, they're paying for daycare. They're dropping them off, or they're getting picked up by grandparents.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
All right, y'all, coming from an old man with no kids, I don't have a dog in this fight. But to me, they should go to school year round. Why do we take summers off? We used to take summers off back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s so that the kids could work the farms with the families. Now, all these years later, we have kids that can't read, write in high school, and we're giving them the summer off. We have to have the parents worry about daycare for their children. No, let's send kids to school year round. Anybody got a problem with that?
You know, when my kids were growing up, that was mentioned, but it never happened. And I was okay with it. We weren't the family that could take the kids on vacation every summer for 2 weeks or whatever. So it didn't matter to me. A lot of the people that were capable of doing that were against it because that's how they scheduled their family vacations or whatever. But for me, I'm like, it would have made my life easier if they had done that, because I would not have to. Then it was like that's a whole 3 months. I don't have to worry about who's going to watch them, take care of them when I'm at work. My wife's at work. I was down for it. And because you get like, you go 6 weeks, you get 10 days off, go 6 weeks or whatever. I'm like, I would love that as a student instead of 3 months and then going for 9 months at a time straight. Hell, give me a week off every month.
Yeah, there would be kids. There would be kids that would love that shit because they would get through school faster.
I would love that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want them. I don't want the kids to get through school faster. The kids are graduating stupid.
Yes, they are.
Oh, I got your point now. It's about the IQ of these kids.
It's not the IQ. Their intelligence quotient is high enough. They could learn it. They choose not to, or our education system is failing.
Rookies, you were in the military, and you know, in every department you were, I ran many restaurants, and you get a budget. And if, say, your budget is $100 for the year for A. So at the end of the year, because you're trying to be efficient, be a good manager, a good leader, a good boss, a good teacher, whatever it might be, your budget's $100. At the end of the year, you're like, I was crushed this year, man. I only spent 70. So next year your budget comes out and it's 70. So then you got to do again, instead of them going, hey, this guy killed it, we're going to give you $100 again or $200 or whatever. So you may not need anything, but you spend that budget anyway. Just like in school, they get funding for graduation rates. Like in Ohio, at the time when I lived there, your funding depended on your graduation rates. So people were graduating at all-time highs. So the budgets kept coming in huge. And then the numbers of proficiency in reading, arithmetic, all this stuff went down. And I was reading somewhere in New Jersey the other day, they have a 6% math proficiency for seniors at the 7th grade level. And they have like an 11% proficiency in reading. So the teachers was like, I could either fail you, make you do it again, that I lose funding, or I can just pass you, keep my funding, and hopefully the next group comes in is better than you and easier than you and wants to learn. And you get like 8 or 10 of those classes in a row, and you're just like, fuck, everybody's dumbasses now. So I don't know how you fix it.
What you just said was basically the teacher. The teacher had a choice to make.
Yep.
That's shitty. That's shitty because the teachers. I'm not saying all teachers are great. All teachers are bad, good, whatever. But I'm going to tell you what: the teachers in the school systems that the high graduation rate are positive. I would think that those teachers would be exemplary teachers, you know. But
teachers get paid less than the trash man does. educate our future citizens. It's like they should be paid way more. So they're like, if I were a teacher, I'd be like, screw you, I'm not doing this anymore. I'll get a job waiting tables and make way more money. But it's so crazy. We do not give a shit about our education system. So when I grew up, I had one black person in my class, no other races. Now, if you're a white person, you don't get education because they're so busy teaching all these other different languages and hiring people to come in and teach this certain class because you have a Haitian, a Spanish speaker, a Muslim speaker, or an Arabic speaker. So you have all these teachers in there to speak to each of these different individual students. So then your kid's like, I just won't learn today or this week or this month. And like, also, we're going to raise your taxes to pay for all this while your kid gets dumber. So I could go on about that. It pisses me off. Thankfully, my kids are graduated.
We went through that. My daughter, we went through that last year. She had a school teacher, and I'm not going to name any names, but had a teacher that really didn't do her job. But of course, she was going through some personal things, so that kind of didn't help the fact that she couldn't be there for the students most of the time. She took some time off, but slacked every kid had basically had to retake everything this year or work harder to catch up, including my child. So it's a tough deal. Some teachers have personal shit that hurts, their teaching, their teachings, how they sculpt our kids. I mean, it happens, but more or less though, I think there's teachers out there that become teachers to have this time off and not care too much about the kids as they should. And then there's teachers out there that don't want the time off. They want to teach and they want to make our kids better, smarter, brighter, and be ready for the world when they hit the ground running, instead of walking, which in most cases right now, you got to make $100,000 whenever you graduate high school. Or you get a degree, you got to make $100,000 because you can't afford this shit. $3,000 per month for a mortgage. I mean, or to lease an apartment. Come on,
$1,000 a month for a car payment.
It's retarded. It's stupid. Yeah. So this conversation could be a huge conversation. But I'll play Xbox today. I had some fun playing Xbox today. Yeah.
Well, Rookies and I. We worked in a small town in southeastern Ohio. It was a hippie community with a pretty good sized university. I think there was 32 or 35,000 students there. And a lot of the people that worked with us were in school for teaching. And they were all of these left-wing crazy students that got out and then went to school and got jobs and then were trying to teach their beliefs on all the kids and would get mad if anyone ever questioned what they were trying to teach. I'm like, your job is to teach my kid to read, to do math correctly, to understand American history and world history and biology. Like that's your job isn't to teach my kid how to think about the outside world. That your job is to teach them educational pieces. And these people were fully left-sided crazy people. And I won't mention any names, but you know what I'm talking about, Rookies, that you
know what? Let the kids go to school through the 10th grade and then let 11th and 12th grade be for those that want to academically prepare themselves to go on for a college degree. And let's open up some apprentice programs for kids that are in the 11th and 10th and 12th grade. So 16, 17, 18-year-old kids go into an apprentice program, let them learn to be a plumber, electrician, whatever they want to go into. Not all kids are cut out for college. And
hell no, I wasn't.
Let's get them educated and prepared for some type of, I don't care what you do, man. You got to be productive in this society. You can't just lay on the streets. You can't just. So let's go to eliminate the summers. Give the kids 2 weeks that they can take off anytime that the parents want to go on vacation, and they can make up that schoolwork. You can formulate the education system to where during those summer months, there's 2 weeks that any child can take off and make up. And let's just be done with the 11th and 12th grade, which just quit paying for. I don't want to knock the teachers because there's a lot of good teachers. Just like I want to go on to one last subject, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we all have problem with certain teachers, but not all of them. The majority of them want to make the kids better, and they're wonderful people, and I love them. Same with nurses. But have y'all seen this?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen this? Have you seen this, Rackman?
Yeah. Negative.
Okay. I think this is 3 minutes. Duck, you can stop it when you want to stop it.
Right, the single ladies where these ICE guys are going.
Can you hear it?
A chance to do something.
No.
You know, not without risk, but could help the cause for sure. Get on Tinder, get on Hinge, find these guys. They're around. They're an ICE agent. Bring some X-Lax and put it in the drinks.
If they're an ICE agent, bring some X-Lax and put it in their drinks.
Get them sick. Nobody's gonna die. Just enough to incapacitate them, get them off the street for the next day.
This is a nurse.
Yeah.
Highly easily deniable. You could get sick too. Won't eat there again. I'm just saying. Let's get them where they eat. Somebody's not going to be supporting these guys. Where's the hotel where they eat? Who makes that breakfast? Let's find them.
She should not only be prosecuted, or she should be removed from being a nurse.
She's boring. Oh my gosh, she's boring.
I think
She's
she
boring, but
was.
did you-
Well, she was fired. I don't know.
There's
If
no
they,
personality at all.
In their yard, get some of that up with gloves, obviously. Get it in some water, like a gallon of water. Get the poison ivy oak water, and I'm going to put it into a water gun. Aim for face.
Poison ivy in the water gun to spray on ICE agents. What the hell?
Aim for the face.
What have we come to? What do we?
Well, and you didn't play the. I don't know where it was in the video, but it was in there somewhere. There is a drug that causes temporary paralysis, like 4 to 6 minutes, and she was encouraging that you take that drug and inject it into the ICE agents. So, yeah, they're not crazy. Isn't it funny that the group that says you cannot define a woman, it is not right, is the same group that says we're going to have the first woman president, which is the same group that wants gun control, gun elimination, and they're the group that's showing up to all these rallies and riots with guns. I just don't really understand what their message is. Like, you're against guns, but I carry guns. You are rooting for a woman to be the first woman president, but you don't know what a woman is. Like, I don't know why do they even know what they're fighting for right now? Or like, what are you mad about? I don't think they know. Like, I'm pissed off. I drink too much box wine. And my husband hates me, and so therefore I'm going to go out and hopefully not get shot. Like, what the hell are you all doing? My wife would never do that because she's smarter than that. And if she did, we would have problems. She would not do that because she's not a freaking idiot. Can you imagine being married to that nurse lady? What would you want to be? Would you go home that night? I'd be like, I'm staying somewhere else, staying with a friend.
Piss her off, go to sleep, wake up with poison ivy.
Or wake up paralyzed. Be like, fuck that. I would never go home again. That would be the end of it. But like, you are nuts. You are so psychopathically nuts. I cannot come home anymore. So
it's too bad we can't teach common sense.
Dolly Parton once said, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. It takes a lot of education to be this stupid. So all right, Rack, you got anything else you want to throw in there before we end this whole beautiful thing?
No, not really. Just go Seahawks. We're gonna do this again before the game though. We still got next week, so
next Friday.
We can get some more. There's some really stupid people in the world. There's always going to be. There has been, ever since humans were designed.
Ever since Adam ate the apple.
Yep, I made a bad choice there. So we're going to keep making bad choices, and that's just part of human life. And sometimes, though, like that woman. Did she do it because she was set up? Did she do it because she was bored? Did she do it because she had an incident with an ICE agent? Or did she do it for views to make money? Who the hell knows? But anyway.
Rook?
Fun.
Yeah. Rookies?
Well, it looks like Trump just signed an executive order for an Indy race in D.C. I didn't see when it's supposed to be, but I imagine it's around the 4th of July. I think that's going to be interesting. Can you imagine Indy cars running around D.C. doing a little race?
They're doing that here.
With the UFC and the White House lawn?
That's going to be a blast, man. And I think I'm going to go this weekend and see the movie Melania.
I hope it's good. I bet it is.
Should I pack a gun?
Or some bacon grease. Either way.
Rack says no. No.
If you have a gun, somebody else has a gun, you are going to get shot.
I'm a pretty good shot, Rack.
I know. But, you have a gun, you're going to get shot. If you don't have a gun, you might not get shot.
I'll take my chances. I'm taking mine with me.
Be careful.
Yeah. Well, I don't go to those places. I don't do stupid shit. So I really have no fear of being one of those people because
I'll tell you what,
accidentally go into one of those crowds. Hey, I will not be there. So I'm a dumbass, but I'm not stupid. So maybe a little bit of both. I'm going to challenge myself to go see this Melania film before next week's show, and I'll give an update. A show. That's what my grandpa used to say. You going to go to the show? On my story.
So I want to see because there's going to be a lot of trash out about it. There's going to be. I don't understand them ragging on Melania. I mean, we didn't rag on Bush's wife. We didn't even rag on Hillary Clinton that much
because they weren't beautiful. Like, look at her; she's amazing. She's beautiful, and she's also an immigrant. So,
well,
anyway,
I think the movie's going to be interesting.
I hope it is. I hope it's good. Let me know, and then if I have to see it, then I will. But we're almost at our time. But I am Doc here with Rookies and Rack. We're fully dressed. We are missing Hicks and Louie 2 weeks in a row, which 3 becomes a streak, I think. Anyway, we are fully dressed. We are super happy to have you. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. We will be back next week for episode number 20. And God bless you. God bless America. God bless our president. We will see you very soon and very often. You're fully dressed, and peace
If
out.
you're a man, don't get pregnant.
Later, dudes.